Well, hello to all you wisdom walkers. Happy New Year. This is Jojo Maria and Saroma coming to you with Astrology for Self-Mastery, the first one for this new year of 2026. And let me tell you, oh my God, there are 36 aspects, not including the full moon and the new moon. That would make it like 38. And 14 of them happen in a 3-day period. You know, I'm going to do a special video just for that. And the other thing is the majority of these aspects are flow energy. Yeah. Trine, sextile, and conjunctions. Now, sometimes conjunctions aren't slow, but these conjunctions are really amazing. There's like 10 conjunctions, all about new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, and the personal planets are very much involved. It's Venus, Mars, Mercury, a little bit of Saturn in there. Yeah, yeah, and the sun. So it's a very mind-blowing piece of cosmic weather we have to walk through, and don't we need it at this time of year. So I hope everyone had good holidays, connecting with friends, family, yourself, um, and that you had time to rest and take care of yourself. I know I did. I was much more social this year than I was last year, and that's because I'm better. I have more strength. And I had a really, really good time. Yeah, I had a good time. I want to quick do a shout out to Miss Carolyn and to Lori and Sandra in Los Angeles. They told me they'd be watching tonight. So how you doing? And you all have had so much rain, but I think you're going to be drying out in a couple of days or maybe today. So now, before I get started to the other thing I am so excited and grateful for that's been going on since October. And that is this, the Peace Walk by the Buddhist monks and their wonderful, wonderful rescue dog, Aloka. And let me tell you, when I just found out about them probably just 2 weeks ago. And then recently I really started watching the videos that someone is making of them. There's a couple of people out there doing, and then people that get to be where they're at are taking videos and uploading. But let me tell you, they are doing something that is so needed, especially for us in this country. It is so needed. So if you don't know about them, you haven't watched any of the videos, I really encourage you, rather than watching about what's going on with the news, watch the monks and also pray for them. They're doing this trek from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C. God knows what Washington, D.C. is going to be like, but what's happening is they are really demonstrating the power of inner peace and how it goes to the outside, which I have, of course, been talking about all year long. It's an inside out job, and they are demonstrating this. And people are just drawn to them because their hearts are so pure. They're so pure. So I was crying over one video. I was just like weeping, like, oh, because spirit just took hold of me. It's just such a beautiful thing. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box of my YouTube. Um, the uh, the YouTube channel for them is called Walk of Peace that somebody put up, but I'll leave a link to for one video that explains what the Buddhist commitment is, what their vows are, and why they're doing this walk for us, which we so need right now. Yeah. You know, it's like with this astrology for January and seeing it being so magical, so magical. But then what happened with the United States bombing Venezuela and other crazy stuff going on, I was like, oh, maybe it's not here yet. Maybe we have to wait for it. And then I saw the months and I saw, okay, I got it. Yeah, it is happening. It really, really is happening. And what a blessing. So here's my quotes for this month. From Astro Butterfly, 2026 kicks things into gear fast. February 2026, with the epical Saturn and Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, which I've been talking about, is just around the corner. So there's no room for drifting or messing around. In January, there are so many exact conjunctions, so many initiations that we can hardly keep up. It's download after download, and the momentum builds so quickly that before we know it, we're already completely in a completely different place. Yeah. And then Lena Stevens from the Power Path says there's a powerful opportunity for connecting with creativity and passion this month as you rediscover what truly inspires you and gives you joy. It is a time to eliminate what stands in the way, and this includes patterns of negative thoughts, worry, and anxiety. And then from Kyle Thomas, who is an astrologer on astrology.com. This is probably my favorite quote. January 2026 is a splendid, magical, and beautiful period of celestial weather that we can all harness personally or professionally. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, just really, really, really cool stuff. So, again, and this is going to be happening where we're going to have, you know, tragedy and things that we really don't want. But in the midst of all that, you'll have these monks walking to DC, or you'll have somebody doing such an act of kindness that it just breaks your heart open. And that's what we've got to focus on. Absolutely. So, you know, we're still in Capricorn season. So, once again, happy birthday to all those Capricorns. I have a good friend, Mona, in Arizona. Happy birthday, Mona, today. And yeah, we have moved out of 2025 and now we are getting into gear to really open up to the opportunities and the blessings that 2026 is going to bring. And I will, of course, be doing my annual report about the year. It is a water year, it is a fire horse year, according to the Chinese astrology, and it's also the number one. So it's like, yeah, things getting started in a new direction, which we definitely need. Yeah. So here are the most impactful days for the month. I said the most impactful because really, if you look at the calendar of events in general, every day is an impact day in January, every day. But these are the ones most you want to pay attention to, and the ones I have the asterisks by, definitely write those down. So it's the third, it was the third, of course, when we had the full moon yesterday. Then the 6th through the 9th, that's the triple conjunction time. And then the 11th, that's a beginning. In the middle, this one, write it down, the 17th to the 19th. This is 14 aspects in those 3 days. And then you go from the 20th to the 23rd. So that's just 7 days in a row of powerful aspects. And then at the end of the month, on the 26th, that is when, thank God, Neptune goes into Aries, out of Pisces. Yay! And then on the 27th, there's wonderful. And then on the 29th. So, yeah, we got a lot of impact days going on. Lots of impact days going on. And like I said, really every day there's going to be something. So it's just, yeah. Hey, Robbie. Oh, you on the 19th? Oh, you on the cusp. You're on the cusp. Because I thought you Aquarian. Yeah, but you're right on the cusp, though. That's wonderful. Get you. Love it. Love it. So we start off with January 1st. See, Cosmos ain't playing. Here we go. And we get Mercury in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. And this is one of only two squares this month, and there's only two oppositions. So this says starting 2026 on a temperamental note, as it's easy to get into verbal sparring matches today. If you have nothing nice to say, keep dancing. Not a good day for clarity or contradicting facts, and misinformation makes us all confused. Yeah, and that's what showed up last night. It is, however, a great vibration for focusing on art and meditation. So that's good. They always give us a way out. Always give us a way out. And then on this day, we had Mercury entering into Capricorn. Start the new year by planting the seeds of success and committing to being grateful for the journey. For about 3 weeks, when transiting this grounded earth sign, Mercury kicks off a more intentional chapter, one that asks us to take our thoughts, words, and to do lists more seriously. Here, the swift messenger planet prefers strategy over speed. It values integrity, structure, and credibility. Small talk fades into the background as we are collectively prone to becoming more selective with our words and more mindful of their impact. Responsibility and accountability are top of the mind at this time. So there you have some of this energy for us to, as it says, get grounded and clear. And we need that definitely. So this past Friday, we had, yes, Chiron going direct in Aries. And it's going to stay direct until June 19th, when it's going to do a little trek out into the next sign it's moving into, which is Taurus. And then it'll come back into Aries, and it will go then fully into Taurus in 2027. So again, with the wounded healer moving forward again, this is a great time to heal our inner child and care for our long ignored needs. As the healing begins, enter the year with a clean slate. And again, Chiron has been talked about a lot, of course, because it's been in Aries for about 18 years. So this is a significant one. So when it leaves, yeah, and to go to Taurus, amazing. So here's some more message for you about Chiron going direct at the time of this full moon. Chiron will station direct at 35 degrees Aries on January 2nd, one day before the full moon in Cancer. With the full moon applying to an activating square aspect with Chiron, Chiron has been digging up deeply rooted issues that need to be profoundly felt to discern methods of mediating and healing them. Let me say that one more time. It's been digging up deeply rooted issues that need to be profoundly felt to discern methods of mediating and healing them. Can I get an amen? Because I'm telling you, so many people have been telling me about old stuff coming up and just feeling bad. In the myth, Chiron was a wise centaur who fostered and trained heroes in spite of being alienated and abandoned by his birth family due to his animalistic identity, half man, half horse. Now, the timing of the full moon with the stationing of Chiron will create an atmosphere of initiation into the unique talents that can be nurtured and mentored out of wounding experiences. That's what I call the treasure in the trauma from your past connected with identity. Chiron stationing set off by the full moon will offer opportunities to recover a sense of whatever you have felt you needed to abandon about your essential purpose to fit in with cultural expectations. Yeah. So this energy can bring a reveal. It can give people the courage to open up and to realize, oh, wait a minute, I have this talent. Let me take care of it. Let me mentor it. Let me nurture it. Let me be in it. So, again, and this is what Chiron's job has been over these 18 years, is to really help us become more of the truth of who we are. So, it is square to the full moon in Cancer. So it's very potent, but really it's good that it's going forward. I always like when things go forward. So yesterday on Saturday, we had the full moon in Cancer, the first full moon of 2026. Now, this is also called the wolf moon in native culture, and it's about protection, home and family, and emotionally charged. Yeah. So, this first full moon of 2026 will be a cozy one as we spend time at home with our loved ones. Use this time to build a strong foundation that you can build on for the rest of the year. Take care of yourself so you can nurture others. The full moon is conjunct Jupiter and opposite Venus and Mars. This full moon in Cancer will show us how our desires and expectations meet or don't meet our actual needs. And also, like I said, it's square Chiron, but this is it's a really powerful moon because of some of the aspects for it. And because, it's Cancer in its home, it loves being in the moon. Those two are tightly connected. So that's a domicile for it. And it's exalted also. And so it is such a powerful energy. Spirit woke me up this morning at 4:30 a.m. to see it because it's been so overcast here. We're having snow flat showers on and off. And so I was so sad. I was like, oh, I'm not going to see it. No, they woke me up and I went and it was like, and it had beautiful iridescence glow around it, which is so wonderful when you see the colors of it. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. So it's really, really powerful. And I got a lot I want to share with you about this. So hang in there with me because I really think it's helpful just to hear these insights from the astrologers about more of the meaning that this lunation can have for you. Yeah. So let's start. Full moon in Cancer, not truly super, but close. Although this full moon is by some referred to as a super full moon, it does not technically meet the strict astronomical definition, as it does not occur at the moon's closest point to the Earth. Even so, its presence remains visually striking and energetically potent. Full moons occurring near perigee, that's what's closest to the Earth, are often associated with heightened emotional sensitivity and deeper inner awareness, and this lunation carries a similar resonance. Moreover, the quadratid meteor shower will peak around the time of the full moon. Now, meteor showers mirror inner breakthroughs that cut through confusion or emotional fog. These days, insights may come unexpectedly, helping us access clarity, shift our perspective, and recognize truths that were previously difficult to see. This potent lunation is particularly significant for cardinal signs, those born in cardinal signs. So that would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They are being asked to release outdated patterns and move toward a more intentional way of relating to themselves, others, and their own emotional states. Yeah. You know, Cancer, the sign of Cancer is really associated with ancient wisdom and the ancient wisdom of the mother. Yeah, it's the divine feminine energy that comes through. And that's why you always hear it be about comfort and home and nurturing, but it really is about that ancient wisdom energy, you know. And so for that to be up and about in this way at this time, you know, it's just really powerful, really, really sweet. I think that's why it was this day that I really got attached to understanding and learning more about the walk of the monks and who they are and how they're doing it. Yeah. So this emotional piece that you're feeling is real, and it's important. It's like, you know, 2025 was so much about put on your armor, put on your helmet, brace yourself, or avoid, you know, or go in your hole and hide, you know. And what this is asking us, and right here at the beginning of this year, a water year, it's saying, let your heart be broken open. Let yourself feel for yourself, first of all, but also for others. Really allow those emotions. And so the healing that comes with that, you know, is really important. So here's about the wolf moon. This is a spiritual meaning I found. It says this full moon was named the wolf moon by many Native American tribes for the wolves that would howl during the winter nights. Long thought to be howling from hunger, current knowledge reflects that wolves howl for a variety of reasons, including to communicate with their pack and to protect their territory. The spiritual meaning of the wolf moon is a reminder that there is an unseen connection to your own pack that is worth recognizing and honoring. As you delve into the meaning of the wolf moon, reflect on the ways you're connected to the community you care about. While protection at one point only meant going to battle against intruders back in the day, it can now mean putting the needs and safety of your community above your own personal agenda. It also means reaching out to others to let them know you are connected. You might call up a friend or loved one to check in, the human version of howling at the moon. Wow, I love that. I think that's just so sweet. So we should all be howling at the moon. Yes. Now, also, this moon is coming. Like I said, we want our hearts broken open. We want to be unblocked. So, also known as the wolf moon, this is a super moon that is emotional in nature and may resurrect feelings of heaviness around burdens and responsibilities not yet sorted out. You are not alone in this practice. So, you're not alone. So, practice compassion with others when appropriate. Pruning out the old can bring a sense of relief and freedom, as blocks related to attachments can be unblocked. The focus on the full moon is what is close to you: home, family, loved ones, personal environment. How can you bring more comfort without compromise into your life? Feed the foundation of where you are rooted and grounded. Unburden yourself of unnecessary worries, obligations, and old expectations, and you will feel more at peace with everything. Balance between personal time for inner contemplation and social time with others should be honored, especially when you are sorting and evaluating what is important to you. Yeah, yeah, really important, really important. So let's get into the aspects with this moon. As the light of the sun illuminates the moon, symbolizing our inner and emotional world, we have an opportunity to gain awareness of something previously hidden from our consciousness. Yes. The opposition between the moon in Cancer and the sun in Capricorn highlights the tension between our family life and emotional needs and our external commitments, responsibilities, and duties. Finding balance between these polarities requires us to build a life that supports our emotional well being rather than depletes it. The emotion laden lunation may show many of us where our priorities are out of alignment with our truth and where adjustments or different boundaries are needed in order to create more coherence between our inner life and our outer reality. The Cancer full moon is an invitation to recognize if we have been carrying emotional weight and responsibilities that are not ours to bear. This is a time to release what no longer nourishes us and let go of habits, lifestyles, and beliefs that are harming us emotionally. Yeah, just think about that. Yeah. We need to discern. We need to discern. And we need to want to really know, false obligations, they can tear you up. I've been there lots of time. So once you can really realize that, wait a minute, I've got to, I've got to have time for me. I've got to have time to take care of me if I am going to be of help to anyone else. And it's okay to make my home my priority, that this is the most important thing for me. That's my sanctuary. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But as you know, we can get caught up running around and forgetting. And yeah, so I hope everybody really, really this year is taking time to really do more work on the self-care and especially your nervous system. Absolutely. Absolutely. So next aspect is the moon opposing Venus and Mars, who are going to be in playing. They're going to be playing so much this year. I mean, this month. You can see a lot of Venus Mars stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Robbie. The full moon in Cancer tightly opposes Mars and Venus, both of which are conjunct the sun in Capricorn. Both relationship planets being activated bring into the spotlight relational dynamics and offer us access to new revelations surrounding the patterns that come up in our connections, as well as around the way past programming still impacts how we relate to others and our subconscious beliefs and assumptions about relationships. Yeah. Venus and Mars are completing their current cycle, approaching their exact conjunction on January 8th. Until then, we are letting go of old habits, dynamics, and ways of relating that no longer serve us. They are not fulfilling, they are an echo of the past. After the exact Venus Mars conjunction occurs, it is time to establish new patterns and explore different ways of connecting and expressing our needs and desires. With both Venus and Mars conjunct the sun and opposing the moon, we may feel torn between prioritizing our emotional needs and taking care of our practical needs. We may also find it challenging to reconcile the awareness of what we need and what we desire with the awareness of what others need and desire. So this is like just a little stamp on what was just said about, the the Venus, I mean the sun and the Capricorn, Great start to the new year with your session. Oh, thank you, Ravi. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about this stuff. It's just like I couldn't believe it. I'm like, um, now this next aspect is to me the aspect. This is the one that's like blows everything out of the water, and that is the moon conjunct Jupiter. Because right now Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. So the full moon in Cancer initiating entrance into the dramatic year of 2026 while conjunct with Jupiter is a gift. That's what Great Crawford said. Jupiter's presence in Cancer reminds us that growth requires emotional honesty and invites us to gravitate toward people and relationships that feel nourishing, expansive, and supportive of our growth. The conjunction of the moon and Jupiter encourages us to dream big, trust in the benevolence of the universe, and recognize the abundance with which we are already blessed, the abundance that is already present in our lives. The moon and Jupiter feel at home in Cancer. The moon is domicile and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. This is a nurturing, protective, life affirming energy. I'll repeat that. This is a nurturing, protective, life affirming energy. One of the best full moons of the year may arrive with opportunities we didn't see coming because they don't look like what we thought we wanted, but are nonetheless exactly what we need. Pay attention to whatever surfaces around this full moon because it will inform you what's worth building on in the year ahead. And that's from Astro Butterfly. Like really wonderful. Yes, I love it. And it's just sweet. That's just sweet how the moon and Jupiter come together. Yeah, to help us support us. And I want to say again about the monks, because to me, this is the gift they are giving us and demonstrating. Now, they're not doing this for publicity or to get a YouTube channel with 1 million views. No, when they started this, it wasn't even publicized. Nobody knew. They were clear about what they had to do. And to do a walk for that far and that long, they didn't have like everything all organized and, I mean, no, they were just, okay, we got to walk. And what's happened is people have volunteered, people are, excited for them. In other words, everything that they need to be able to complete this journey and be okay has been showing up. Because when they first started walking, they just out in the rain. They were sleeping out in the rain and sleeping under, what they could, they're sitting on the ground, some of them walking in bare feet, And to me, this is like such a demonstration for all of us how, you can't think that the thing that you need to do or you're being called to do has got to be all planned out and everything has to be all together. No, no. It's really about making that commitment and demonstrating that you're willing to do it. And then things are going to fall into place as needed. I'm sure now, like all their stops between Georgia and Washington D.C. are planned out because they got people helping and saying, "Can we come here and be in this parking lot? And can we come into this park?" And whatever. But they still got to walk. Like they're clear. But they do have more supports. One of them got in an accident and had to have his leg amputated. So he's actually given his leg for this journey and for this commitment they have, what they're devoted to doing. And again, I'm just pointing this out because, it's so easy when we look at where the United States seems to be right now in terms of its government. Like, oh, it's never going to change. No, it's going to be the same things are going to happen. No, 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 no. Like dream big and clear, and just know that there is a greater order and direction that exists in the universe. And when you look at those monks and you see their story and you see how, because they don't take money, they have their bowls, they walk with their food bowls. And they got to have their bowls so they can eat, and that's it. And it's just about being in a receiving mode. And that's what we have to be. And so this energy with the moon and Jupiter, it opened up a portal, if you will, for this beneficent and this large energy to come take hold of us so that we stop holding ourselves small, stop holding our emotions small, to let our hearts just break open wide. And that's how we really need to be going forward. And again, it happening at the beginning of this year, water year. Oh my God, it's wonderful. Hey, Maki Linda. How nice to hear from you, my dear. Thank you, thank you. This is a powerful woman. It's a powerful woman, because I've done my quote unquote monk lifestyle, and Maki Linda opened her home to me when she was moving out. She was packing up and trying to get out, but she's like, "Oh, Jojo Pie, here, come, you can stay and sleep at my house," which I did for about a week. I think it's about a week or something. I mean, but just grace, just grace. So I know it can happen when you really open yourself up, when you're on a mission, and we all need to be on a mission right now. Yeah. That's what 2026 needs to be for us, just being on a mission. Absolutely. Hey, Queen Nora. She says, dream a little bigger, darling. Yes, 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 yes. That's a line from the movie Inception. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. Love it. Absolutely. So now we're going to go into next week. And this is where we're going to have this triple conjunction. So let me explain something real quick. Conjunction, it's when two planets are in the same area of the sky and they come very, very close. A zero conjunction is not usual, but we got them coming up. And that's why this conjunction energy is so, 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 so powerful. When planets conjunct, and also conjuncting with the sun is called the cazimi. That's when they're in the heart of the sun. And sometimes they're actually starting up a new orbital journey, like Mercury is doing that. But they get amplified by each other. So the sun will amplify Mercury or Venus, Venus and Mars are coming together, you'll see. So that's the masculine and the feminine amplifying each other, That's your personal understanding of softness and lightness, and with your understanding of having structure and strength, amplifying each other. It's so wonderful. So that's why conjunctions, I make such a big noise about it, because they are really like, it's a cosmic energy that can change things up very powerfully. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Hector, definitely on a mission to evolve. Yes, darling. Yes. And it is something we just ride with, because the evolutionary impulse we don't create, but we just need to stay out of the way. We need to not block that evolutionary path. And that's the mission. Yeah, to get unblocked. Yes, darling. Love you. Hey, Lori. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, dears. So good to know that you're there. I feel you. I feel your spirit. So, triple conjunction, folks. I mean, if you get one or two conjunctions in a month, it's something. And we got 10 of them this month, and 3 of them from January 6th to the 9th. So Astro Butterfly says, we have this triple conjunction between the Sun, Venus, and Mars. First, on January 7th, Sun conjuncts Venus in Capricorn. The following day, Venus catches up to Mars and makes an exact conjunction in Capricorn. And on January 9th, the Sun conjuncts Mars in Capricorn, initiating a brand new 2-year Mars cycle. Wow, new beginnings. The geometry of this configuration is spectacular. We won't see anything in the sky with Venus and Mars too close to the sun and therefore invisible, yet there is some serious Game of Thrones type twist happening behind the scenes. What might look like a celestial agreement, Sun, Venus, and Mars all aligned, is actually much more complex, with new beginnings and endings happening simultaneously. As Venus and Mars are involved, this rare transit will bring key relationship developments and shifts in our desires, wants, and commitments. Woo! Yeah, yeah, that's huge. That's really huge. So let's lay it out. So on Tuesday, January 6th, we get the Sun conjuncting Venus in Capricorn. In the heart of the Sun, Venus officially begins a new 18-month cycle. Sun conjunct Venus is a rebirth of the heart. Our heart chakra realigns with the solar plexus. Our values realign with who we truly are. Take your time to tap into this powerful renewal energy of this powerful conjunction to get crystal clear about who you really are and what it is that you truly want. Yes, yes, yes. This harmonious day brings lovely people and financial blessings into your life that can boost your self-esteem. Feel comfortable in your skin, knowing that you're the boss of your life. Wonderful, wonderful. And also, with this conjunction, Venus is becoming now an evening star. And what that means in general is our approach to love becomes more mature. We go from being only transactional or a little transactional to relational. Relational. Yeah. And that's about pure love, unconditional love. Yeah. So look for Venus in the sky at night now. Then on Wednesday, January 7th, we have Venus conjunct Mars in Capricorn. The two come together. Pay attention to what happens at this time of the conjunction. These could be insights, events, or opportunities that will trigger something inside you. You may become aware of something that is very important to you. Suddenly, everything will make sense. Something will click. A commitment can be made. And Venus and Mars also represent the yin and the yang. And in the universe, that's balance. And so that's what this is saying. This message is that a balanced energy is coming so that you can really, really get clarity, get a revelation, something that's going to really help you say, yes, that's it. That's it. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, really, really sweet, really powerful. And then, thank goodness, they give us a day that would be the 8th to let the two energies, those first two conjunctions just, really sift around. But then on Friday, we get another conjunction. This is the Sun and Mars in Capricorn. This ambitious aspect makes us a force to be reckoned with as we tackle our goals and drive with energy. However, rejection could easily bruise our egos, but keep going even when faced with failure. Because failure is really just about learning the right way. Like that way is not the way you should go. It's this way that you should go. So again, but powerful energies, powerful energies. I love it. And then on this day, this is one of only two oppositions that are going to be happening. And this is Venus in Capricorn opposing Jupiter, who's still retrograde in Cancer right now. It's hard to get motivated today on important tasks as temptation distracts you from important work. It's okay to have fun as long as you have the time and the money and you finish your other chores to do so. Yeah. So, again, that's that little tight energy showing up, just to give us a little bit of balance with everything else. And then on Saturday, the 10th, we get the second opposition. And this is it for the month, y'all. This is it. And this one, though, has a more positive interpretation. So this is Mars and Capricorn opposing Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. See, both Venus and Mars, they're playing back and forth. They get their chance, they get their turn. And this one says, get ready to win, as this lucky aspect gives you the confidence to take risk to get what you want. If you want more out of life, you'll need to go out and get it. And the reason this is an opposition, because it is about taking a risk. And again, being, kind of, can I really do this? Is it really worth it? Should I really do, no. Yeah. But you will make the right decision, and you will get there. You will definitely get there. Yeah. Then on Sunday, January 11th, we have the asteroid Vesta, which I love, going direct in Aquarius. Just as a reminder, Vesta is the brightest and largest asteroid in the sky, and it's named for the Vestal virgins in ancient Rome who were keepers of the sacred flame. If a Vestal, chosen at age 6, allowed the flame to go out, she was beaten. Vestals took a vow of chastity for 30 years, at the end of which they were set free and then answered to no man. This gave them a unique status in Roman times, and why the term virgin was often used to describe a woman who belonged to herself. So from January the 11th to March 11th, Vesta will be going direct in Aquarius. Vesta represents our fire within that empowers us to achieve our sacred contracts with home and family. Our inner rebel comes out to play over the next few weeks when the asteroid of aspiration is in the unique Aquarius. This is a great time for innovative thinking and fighting for humanitarian causes. Yes, as you have the power to change the world. I rest my case. There you go. There you go. Just wonderful, wonderful energy. And then on Tuesday, we get Mars in Capricorn squaring Chiron in Aries. And this is the second square. On January 13th, Mars perfects a square to Chiron in Aries. This aspect can bring up old wounds that impact our ability to assert ourselves, take action on our desires, or take courageous risk and express ourselves spontaneously. Challenges or conflicts that arise now can serve as catalysts for healing and offer us an opportunity to confront fears and insecurities that limit our ability to act confidently and trust our instincts. Whew. Again, so much self-mastery work being asked for us to do, like boom, 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 one after another. It's just like, nonstop. Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we get Venus in Capricorn sextiling Saturn in Pisces. So this is a flow energy. It's a good day to lock it down, as this aspect encourages serious commitments that can go the distance. Align yourself with people who can build a future, you can build a future with, and have your dreams come true. Wonderful. Wonderful. And see, it's just amazing how the cosmos happens. So like that day before, right? You got this square. this energy being pushed up, you know? And then the next day, it's like, hey, go for it, have it, get your fulfillment, you know? And that's how it works, right? The energy gets pushed up. We got to see what needs to be healed, cleaned out, resolved, transformed, and then you get your treasure. Yeah, yeah. See, and it's happening fast. This is like light speed shifts that this energy is creating, you know, for those who are ready and if it's your time. But it's really, I mean, yeah, this cosmic energy is off the chain. It's really off the chain. It's amazing. And then on Thursday, the 15th, we have Venus in Capricorn trining Uranus, who's retrograde in Taurus. Get ready to feel the love as a devoted aspect encourages us to pursue love and commitment with someone. However, don't settle for someone just because you want to settle down. This commitment to love will require you to be authentic and not unconsciously in fear. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So you can see why I said really every day in January is impactful, but some are more impactful than others, but it's just like boom, 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 boom. You know, yeah, it's like nonstop. So what does that mean? That means really stay conscious about the fact that we've got this very powerful energy affecting us at a personal level, wanting us to grow, heal, as Hector said, evolve, you know, and so you're going to need to take care of yourself because it will be tiring. I ain't gonna lie to you. Your nervous system's going to be, you know, challenged. So do your self healing routines. Get yourself into that. I'm going to share something with you. My friend Queen Nora is going to be offering. But I do want to remind you, yes, February 2026, on the 26th, exact conjunction between Saturn and Neptune, both going into the sign of Aries, being in the sign of Aries, because Neptune will go before Saturn, but they'll be in there, and this is definitely the cosmic validation about the new way of being, doing, having structures that can no longer work. We're going to be really clear about that. It really is a time to leave the past behind. And along with this, we have this beautiful, beautiful minor magic triangle from 2025 into 2028, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, these outer planets, doing something so rare, which is to actually get into this aspect configuration. And it is going to be an amazing, it is, we're in it, amazing period of discovery and revelation. Wow, wow, wow. So it's just important to know that we've got this really wonderful energy working for us. And like I said, you know, the energy is, it's going to be pretty powerful. So you have to really take care of yourself. And so I want to share with you that next week on Sunday, January the 11th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, my dear friend Queen Noor is doing a spiritual well-being gathering. And as it says here, compassion fatigue, burnout, and vicarious trauma are peaking these days. To show up with empathy and compassion for ourselves and others, we must upgrade our self-care practices with new ways of pouring into our well-beingness, which is a phrase she coined, and it means a state of conscious wellness in mind, body, and spirit. Now, Nora has been for over 40 years walking a spiritual path, guiding others to reclaim their peace and divinity within. She's a transformational life coach. She's a holistic doctor, really, because she does herbs and she understands about what's a good diet and all kinds of things. She's just amazing, amazing. And so she will be taking people into a safe and sacred space to do this incredible work because she's so connected. So she does like the monks do. I was talking to her today and I said, God, Nora, you got to see this video. The monk is talking about it, about how important it is to use your breath, and she really gives you access to these, the evidence-based practices that you can use to keep yourself in balance, reclaim your inner peace, strengthen your well-beingness, and of course be connected to your spirit. It costs $18.75, and you can get more information or register by emailing her at getnorslight@gmail.com. And then she'll send you an Eventbrite a link so that you can get access to that. So that's getnorslight@gmail.com. I'm going to be her second, I'm going to be, no, I'm going to be her, what I call it. I'm going to be her technician. Yeah. So I'm going to be her technician for the Zoom so she can just focus on doing the work. So I hope to see some of you there. Yeah. So cool. Hey, Juanita. Juanita says she's amazing. Yes, she is. She truly is. Absolutely. So, my darlings, there you have it. The the astrology report for the first half of the month. And wait till I do the 16th, 17th, and 18th. I mean, no, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. 19th Martin Luther King birthday. You're gonna see it's gonna blow your mind away. It's just incredible, incredible what is going on. So I wish for you much peace, inner and outer. Again, take care of yourself, take care of your nervous system. Don't go charging out there. Take it one step at a time. Be like the monks. The only way they get into Washington is they have to go one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, and they're staying very mindful, mind over matter, because their feet is sore and the legs is sore and the head's hurting, all of that. But they just boom, yeah, they're clear. They're clear. They're gonna make it, they're gonna do it. And so that's the practice we all need to be doing during these times. But let ourselves be helped and supported like they are. Open up to receive, break that heart open, and I will see you here again very soon. Take care. Have a good rest of your evening. I love you. Bye bye now.